Imelda is now a hurricane.
Our fourth hurricane of the Atlantic season, and it's not alone. As we know, Hurricane Umberto is waiting, still a powerful cyclone after achieving Cat 5 status over the weekend. And if you thought that this season has been quiet, looking at a satellite image like this one might have you do a double take, Marissa. Two hurricanes finding the fuel in that little rock in the Atlantic, with people living in Bermuda on alert for a possible direct hit as early as tomorrow. But you heard it from Marissa, and that's where we want to begin with Hurricane Imelda. Bermuda is under that threat. In fact, a hurricane watch is in effect for the island, and that tug that Hurricane Imelda has felt due to Hurricane Umberto is going to begin that turn toward the northeast. Imelda hooking right toward the island. We're taking a look, and while it might look a bit stormy and rough, that's because of Umberto, as Umberto lifts to the north and is going to deal a glancing blow to Bermuda. The direct hit could come as early as tomorrow. We've already seen what Imelda has done in the Bahamas, right? Nassau has been swamped with nearly 8 inches of rain over the past 48 hours. Those tropical downpours going to continue to fall over the Bahamas through today, even as it lifts out. Not to mention, Imelda is still dealing sort of a brush with the Southeastern U.S. Got rain, wind, and rough surf. But I guess we get into this latest advisory that is now out. And just so everyone knows, we're getting these advisories every 3 hours because Bermuda is under that hurricane watch as a result of Imelda. It's a Category 1. Winds are at 75 miles an hour, and it's moving off to the northeast at 7 miles an hour. That direction is real important because it's moving away from the U.S., already beginning to feel those impacts, or at least that tug from Umberto, 980 millibars. So we're looking at it, Marissa, you and Craig, already got an hour in.
Yeah,
right?
1 hour down, 3 to go.
Once Tropical Storm Imelda, and
no longer. I thought maybe it'd be tonight, so a little earlier than even I expected.
Got to read the discussion because it is fresh. I'm not sure if they were able to detect. I mean, clearly there's been some organization, and on infrared satellite, we're seeing a decent flare-up of convection, but that's been persistent. If it looks like this thing is sort of top-heavy, it's because it's been dealing with maybe a little bit of shear on the southern edge of it, but still, there are detectable winds. Hurricane force there, I guess. Yeah, the tropical storm force winds, those extend about 185 miles or so out from the center, but it is asymmetrical, meaning it isn't very round and evenly sliced if you were to cut it up into 4 pieces. A lot of the convection is off to the north. As Stephen said, the shear and the dry air having an impact on it. But the fact that we're able to find at least some of that that strengthening and able to get those winds up. I'm trying to see if... So for hurricane force winds, those extend about 70 miles out from the center. And hurricane hunters have been in this storm, so I'm sure that it was the hurricane hunters which detected these winds that reached that hurricane force. So that makes sense, right? With this 8 o'clock advisory, we now have Hurricane Imelda, and it doesn't look like we're going to be turning back and going the other way. So all the new products that are coming in, we're going to show you the cone with it now showing a Category 1 hurricane. What's the overall forecast? A lot of it remaining intact. That's the thing with these intermediate advisories, the ones at 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock. You often don't get a track change. You won't get anything unless there's a special update, which in a way, with this becoming a hurricane, it is. Kind of is. But we're still expecting a Category 2 to approach Bermuda. And it will be a very, very close call for Bermuda. Yeah, we spoke to somebody earlier with food tours in Bermuda on First, saying you can already sense it's deteriorating. But you also have Umberto, which is just about 200 miles to the west. And that's Umberto. 100% what they're feeling today is Umberto. But it's wild because once Imelda feels that tug, it's going to zip through Bermuda. So it's almost as if one and the same. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to global models. We'll be talking about it later in the show. But there are signals here that the two could have some sort of interaction and in a way, maybe try to combine. Which is a wild signal or almost trend that we've only seen here in the 11th hour over Bermuda. So a hurricane watch likely going to be upgraded to a hurricane warning. Our Fox weather model has actually kind of been hinting at that.